imagine you had the chance to see Led Zeppelin in 1977 playing at the Seattle World's Fair. Would you be excited, or would you be tempted to walk out partially through the concert? Well, the latter is exactly what Nancy Wilson did. Nancy Wilson and her sister, Ann Wilson, went to see Led Zeppelin play the Seattle World's Fair at the Green Lake Aqua Theater in 1977 and walked out. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. Before I do that, I want to remind you that I've put 5 interesting facts about Nancy Wilson down in the description box below. So if you're an expert on heart and Nancy Wilson, look over those 5 facts, make sure I got everything right. I also want to let you know that we have a poll going right now in the community forum on Jimmy Page, so you might want to check that one out too. Alright, so back to why Ann and Nancy Wilson walked out a Led Zeppelin concert back in the late 70s. Now this story comes from an article published by People magazine. Quote, Nancy called Page suggestive with his shirt wide open, exposing his bare chest and lowrider jeans. He was moving in a way that was so suggestive, she continued, saying that she and her sister, Ann Wilson, were square little hippie chicks from the suburbs that were unenlightened. Then he sang a song about squeeze my lemon, and we're like, oh, we must leave the premises because we were just shocked. So we actually walked out on Led Zeppelin at the Green Lake Aqua Theater, end quote. Now, the article says Page, but I believe they meant to say Robert Plant because he's the one who would be singing, famous for wearing lowrider jeans. But the point is, Nancy and Ann Wilson apparently walked out of a Led Zeppelin show back in the 70s because they were so sexually suggestive. Now, this comes as a surprise to me, and it probably comes as a surprise to you as well, because Led Zeppelin is clearly such a huge influence over Heart. But there's one thing that doesn't surprise me, which is the fact that if you take a look at what Heart's done over the years, they're pretty sexually reserved in their stage dress and their album covers and even in their lyrics compared to a lot of rock bands. So it's not exactly all that surprising, but I still find myself a little bit caught off guard by the thought of the 2 Hart sisters walking out of a Led Zeppelin show. So I'd like to ask you, have you ever walked out of a concert in your life? And if you have, go ahead and note that down in the comments below. I actually have walked out of a concert once, way back in the day. I walked out of a Yes concert because the sound was just so bad. I don't know if they were having a bad night or whether or not the arena I was seeing them in happened to have just really bad acoustics, or if my seat was just in a horrible place. But about halfway through the set, I had to get out of there because my ears couldn't take any more of it. There was too much of a treble register in both the vocals and the guitars, and it was just unbearable. I don't know how anybody could stand it, and I didn't have any earplugs on me, so I just got up and left, even though I enjoy Yes as a band. So anyway, have you ever had to walk out of a concert? Let me know about that experience in the comments below. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Also, if you're enjoying the channel, please help us out by clicking on the thanks button below, or if you prefer, you can click on the Buy Me a Coffee link to leave a donation at the Buy Me a Coffee site. Finally, if you're in need of a bit of a financial boost, click on the Capital One link and get yourself a new credit card by using their handy one-step application process. Thanks a lot.